A shocking development has sent ripples through Zimbabwe's political landscape. Opposition Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for Mukoba North, Honorable Amos Chibaya, has reportedly received death threats from unknown individuals, raising serious concerns about political safety, freedom of expression, and growing tensions within the country's political environment. The matter has now been formally reported to the police, with calls mounting for a thorough investigation into the source of the threats, who is behind the messages, why was Chibaya targeted, and what does this incident say about Zimbabwe's increasingly heated political climate? Stay tuned. And before we continue, please subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications for daily Zimbabwe political news and analysis. Let's get into it.
So, what these people who are sending death threat messages will not even move us. I will not be threatened at all. Citizens of Zimbabwe must be given the opportunity to either vote yes or no. Why is it that the ZANU-PF regime, they are not subjecting the CAP 3 to referendum? The answer is clear. People of Zimbabwe do not want this CAP 3 because it does not benefit them. It only benefits the elite in ZANU-PF who are actually looting the national resources. We do our meetings on weekly basis, and we've got a calendar for our meetings, and we are allowed as a citizen movement to hold our meetings. Zimbabwe is a democracy, therefore we are allowed. There is no one who can stop us from doing our meetings. And I want to say it clearly, we will not be stopped by anyone from holding our meetings because it is our democratic right. Zimbabwe, as I said, is a democracy. So they must know that those people who are sending messages will not stop us, will not intimidate us, we will continue to do our meetings.
Zimbabwe's political community is reacting to reports that Honorable Amos Chibaya has become the latest public figure to receive threats against his life. According to reports, Chibaya received messages from unknown individuals that were interpreted as death threats. The exact identity of those responsible remains unknown. However, the seriousness of the allegations has prompted immediate concern among political observers and civil society groups. The matter has since been reported to law enforcement authorities. Police are now expected to investigate the circumstances surrounding the threats and determine whether criminal offenses have been committed. At the time of this report, no official information has been released identifying suspects or confirming the source of the threats. Amos Chibaya is one of the most prominent opposition figures in Zimbabwe. As a senior member of parliament and opposition chief whip, he has played an active role in parliamentary debates, governance discussions, and constitutional issues affecting the country. His political profile means that any threat against him is likely to attract significant public attention. The incident comes at a time when Zimbabwe is experiencing intense political debates over Constitutional Amendment Bill No. 3. Governance reforms, economic challenges, and broader questions about the country's future. Political tensions have been running high, with supporters and opponents of various positions engaging in vigorous public discussions. Analysts say threats directed at political leaders are particularly concerning because they can create fear not only for the individuals involved but also for the broader democratic process. A healthy democracy depends on the ability of citizens, activists, lawmakers, and political leaders to express their views without intimidation or fear for their personal safety. Supporters of Chibaya have condemned the reported threats and called on authorities to act swiftly. Many argue that regardless of political affiliation, violence and intimidation should have no place in national politics. They insist that disagreements should be resolved through dialogue, debate, and democratic institutions rather than threats. Meanwhile, political observers are urging caution until investigations establish the full facts surrounding the case. While concerns about safety are understandable, many analysts emphasize the importance of allowing law enforcement agencies to conduct a professional investigation and establish exactly what occurred. This is not the first time that allegations involving threats against political figures have emerged in Zimbabwe. Over the years, several politicians, activists, journalists, and public figures have reported receiving threatening messages, particularly during periods of heightened political activity. Each incident has renewed discussions about political tolerance and democratic freedoms. For many Zimbabweans, the latest allegations serve as a reminder of the importance of protecting democratic space. Whether one supports the ruling party, the opposition, or no political organization at all, there is broad agreement that political competition should remain peaceful and respectful. The country's future depends on institutions functioning effectively and citizens feeling free to participate in public life. As investigations continue, attention will now focus on whether authorities can identify those responsible for the alleged threats. The outcome of the investigation could help reassure the public that such incidents are treated seriously and that all citizens, regardless of political affiliation, are entitled to protection under the law. The coming days may provide more answers. For now, however, the reported threats against Amos Chibaya have added another layer of concern to Zimbabwe's already active political environment. Questions remain unanswered. The investigation is ongoing, and many Zimbabweans are watching closely to see what happens next. Political leaders from across the spectrum may disagree on policy, constitutional amendments, and governance issues. But many observers argue that one principle should unite everyone. Political differences should never result in intimidation, violence, or threats to human life. Do you think Zimbabwe needs stronger measures to protect political leaders, activists, and citizens from intimidation and threats? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this report, please subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications for daily Zimbabwe political news and analysis. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.